What's up, YouTube? It's July 4th weekend. I should be working, but I mean, I had a big plan to work this weekend, and I woke up this morning and I was like, you know what? No. It's America's birthday. Can't do that. So then, my cousin had a baby in Wyoming, so I need to go see that little critter. And I got thinking, my old lady's out of town, so the car that we normally cruise on road trips is gone. So what am I going to take? It's going to be a fun trip. Let me show you what we're taking and kind of go over what might make this a terrible idea. So let me flip around the camera and I'll show you our ride for the weekend. So you guys haven't seen this yet, but this is my 1962 Buick Skylark. I just got under there and made sure it was there. I didn't do much else. So I drug this thing out of a field about a year ago. There was a car show, I didn't have anything to drive, and I got sick of not having something to drive. So I went and bought this thing, drug it out of the field, and in 4 days, this went from a coyote living inside of it and just wrecked to running and driving. So the cool thing about these Buicks, you don't see these much anymore. And that's why I got this right when I saw it. Is it has an all aluminum 215 cubic inch V8 that puts out 195 horsepower. So back in 62, they were building all aluminum V8, which is so cool. Problem that I've always had with this, it's right there. So this is 4-wheel drum brake all the way around. It's a 4-lug that is a bastard 4-lug. They only use that lug pattern for, I think it was 4 years maybe. They don't make the drums for it anymore, and these were all locked up. So 2 of the drums are bent pretty bad from having to prime off. They don't make anything for this car. So we kind of somewhat threw an interior in it. Here's the tools we're going to pack for the trip. Not a lot. Here's a little bit of the interior. This debacle. It had a 3 on the tree that died. So I took a T5 out of a Mustang, built a couple adapters, and now she is a 5-speed. I've put about 18 miles on it since I did that. This is just other stuff we're going to take. Brake fluid, because it goes through brake fluid faster than oil. A little coolant, because I'm pretty sure there's a hole in the radiator. Some oil. I don't know why I got that. And some padding left over from the carpet. Emergency blanket. That's what we're going to call that. So I think the lights work. I'm not sure. I haven't changed the plates yet. Hopefully the cops don't mind. I'm still not going to do that. I have drove this car a total of about 100 miles since I got it. And the route we're taking is we leave here. Our first canyon, we're gonna go from an altitude of about 6,000 to an altitude of about 10,000 in 4 miles, maybe 5. Like it's brutal. So if she makes it up that without overheating or dying, then we're okay. If we have enough stopping power, I'd estimate we got about 30% brakes right now. I mean, a good 6 or 8 pumps and they're almost there. So then we just got to navigate down the backside of that without flying off the road. Shouldn't be a problem. Then a couple more hours into the trip, we go up a bunch of switchbacks and we go from like 5,000 feet to like 11,000 feet in, I don't know, 10 miles. And then down the backside of that again. So we're gonna go see this little kid. And then from there, we'll circle back around, come back, we'll hit Flaming Gorge, and we'll hang out on the lake, celebrate a birthday. So hold on, guys. We'll see if she makes it. This is such a bad idea. Just hit the halfway point of our trip, 104 miles when I stopped, and we haven't burned an ounce of oil. It's still good. This is the part that's really going to boggle your mind. So in 104 miles we burned 4.7 gallons. So this 1962 Skylark is averaging 22 miles a gallon, which is pretty impressive, really, when you think about how old this car is. I think this was parked, if I remember right, the registration was from 1973. This is the farthest this car has drove in, what, 49 years. So, after sitting for 48 years, me dragging it out of a field, getting it fired up, I put maybe, I don't know, not a lot of time on it, just cruising it around town. This is now the longest road trip this car has made in almost 50 years. And she's purring like a kitten. Again, 22 miles a gallon. An amazing ride. This thing's so much fun to drive. We have, now, for the issues we're starting to have, I'm starting to pick up not a heavy vibration, but it's getting close to being heavy vibration. I'm pretty sure that's coming from the clutch. So when I put this tranny in there, it's a T5 out of a Mustang. It uses the original Buick bell housing, and then it uses a 10-inch diaphragm style clutch from a Ford from like the 70s. And then it also uses the original Buick throwout bearing and linkage and everything. And I think what's happened is that original throwout bearing just isn't, I don't think it was made for that much pressure on that diaphragm. I think it's starting to give out. So, what do you do? We're committed now. So, we're just going to keep at it. We're going to keep cruising. We've just been holding her right around 70 the entire way. And, we'll show you guys the scenery. It's a beautiful drive. I mean, you can see You can see just what we've gone through so far. Just driving through Utah, you get everything. I mean, you're gonna have mountains, green, desert, like whatever you want. If you don't like it, drive 30 miles, you'll find something else. So now we're gonna head up over the gorge, go over the Flaming Gorge Dam. I'll probably stop there and I'll show you that. There's some pretty cool stuff with that is going on right now. So we'll throw in a little bit of scenic footage and then we'll stop at the dam and we'll talk again. Alright, made it to the dam. Well, Buick seems to be doing alright. No problems. So, if you don't know about Flaming Gorge, it straddles 2 states. So it sits in between Wyoming and Utah. It's about 60 miles long. And I wish I could see the spillway. Because right now they're pulling 500,000 acre feet of water out of this lake to send down to Lake Powell. Because I mean, if you're not from the West, I don't know if you'd know, but we're in a pretty serious drought and they're having major problems with Lake Powell and Lake Mead. Like, they're both getting low enough they're going to quit making power, let alone send water to the millions of people that draw off those. So this is just one of the lakes that they're pulling off of. I think there's 4. Really beautiful here. So we're about 70 miles from Rock Springs. So I'm gonna get to getting so we can get there at a decent time and then spin around and we'll make it back down to the lake, hopefully this afternoon. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. It's kind of loud. So I talked to my good friend Kelly, and the weather at the lake sucks. Like, it's not good. Windy, raining. So he's coming back to town to do something even better than going to the lake. He needs to fly his date home to Casper. So instead of going and jumping on the boat, we're gonna go jump in a plane with him, and we're gonna get a little bit of airtime. So he has a Comanche 250, so we'll get a little airtime, and maybe I don't know, maybe we'll hit the lake tomorrow. We'll see how the weather works out, and yeah. So here we go, changing directions again. we picked up a weird noise here. No, it's not gonna do it. It's my buddy Kelly. Hooked me up with his lift for the morning. So we just kind of went through. I made an adjustment on this clutch. Hopefully it'll help with that noise. Found out where the rubbing noise was coming from. Just a little tight on the body. There used to be a cross member and a carrier bearing here. But when I changed the tranny, I went to a one piece and it's just a little tight. Like not cut into anything, but other than that, she's surviving pretty well. So I think last time I checked the odometer, we were at 240 miles for her first trip in 49 years. So she's running along like a champ. So we'll get it off the lift. Probably go fuck around for a little bit. Well, quit cussing. Screw around for a little bit, and then we'll start heading back to Utah. See if she makes it 250 miles the other direction. Here's Kelly's little car. We took this one to breakfast this morning. Galaxy 500. Such a cool car. Such a cool car. Super nice. But all right, on with the trip. Here we go. We'll get the old turquoise dirt off the ramp and hit the road.
Back in, and then they call it creamsicle.
Only if you start wearing a top hat and a monocle.
That's what I said. I smell. Therefore, I smell.
See the old orange crusher behind me. So, plans changed again. This whole weekend's been nothing but a plan change. We were gonna cruise straight up, go to the lake, and then cruise home. And we ended up cruising up, not going to the lake, taking the plane out, going flying. And then we were supposed to cruise home, decided, screw it, let's hit the lake. And ow, we're on our way home. I think we're at 305 miles on this trip now. Car's running great. When I had it up on the stand this morning, driveline's rubbing a little bit on the tunnel, so I have to clearance that when we get back. I think the brakes actually got a little better. I kind of adjusted down on them a little bit. She's purring like a kid, so I mean I really can't complain. This thing's been so impressive on this trip. So I'm gonna get back on the highway now, and this time for real, we're on our way home. So I'll check back in with you in a little bit. Start date, July 3rd, 20.22. We're about halfway home now. No idea how much gas we have. I don't think we're gonna stop for more. We're just gonna see what we make. Car's doing good. We have our vibration that we've had the entire time has got to the point that it'll put a smile on any woman's face that rides in this thing. I still think it's the brakes. I still think it's the brakes. I have put half a quart of oil in it now. I checked it. I don't think it was really low, but you know, at the time, it just seemed like maybe it could use a little bit. So, I think we're 420-ish miles now. We got about an hour and a half left to go. Hopefully we make it before sunset. So I have no idea if the headlights work. I think they do. If I remember right, they work until you hit the dimmer switch. And then, no. Then they don't work. I don't know why. And, I mean, that's probably fine. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. What else? What else? Oh, we have developed a weird pop in the front left. I think it's a ball joint. Doesn't seem serious. So we're just going to keep going with that because, I mean, there's nothing else we can do. And, yeah, there's our update. So, I'm going to turn this camera around and put some more miles down. And we'll kind of tally everything up when we get home. So, see you. Stopped for a minute to stretch my legs. It's been a bit of a drive. I should probably check the Buick. I'm not gonna. I mean, she has been as honest as the day is long. So, I'm sure she'll be fine. That car, it just doesn't keep any secrets. If there's something wrong, you know it. If there's nothing wrong, there's nothing wrong. So, I just was thinking that, I told you it had an aluminum V8 in it, but I didn't really give you any history on it, and it's a pretty cool one, actually. So, the aluminum V8, I think they came out with in 1960, and it's a really cool motor. So it's 215 cubic inches and 195 horse and 230 foot-pounds of torque, if I remember right, which almost makes it 1 horse per cubic inch, which a lot of people try for that magic number, but not many people can get it. They did have, what was it, a Jetfire that they put in the Oldsmobile. I think they put it in like 10,000 of them. It had a turbo that put out 5 pounds of boost, and that one did. It put out 215 horse on 215 cubic inches. Also super cool. So it weighs in, depending on whose article you believe or whose history you believe, somewhere between 318 and 324 pounds. So, guys, that's less than most 4-cylinders weigh. And the early Skylarks, they're a small car. They were more set to compete with, like, your, oh, you know, those ones. That one car has a motor in the back. Corvair. The Corvairs. So what do you do to be better than a Corvair? Simple. Drop a V8 in the front. That fixes everything. So it's actually a super peppy car. I want to say the car itself only weighs like 2,800 pounds. So 195 horse, like 2,800 pounds, something like that. It runs good. Like, it feels like you're driving, it almost feels like you're driving a Fox Body Mustang. Like, it has about that same power to weight ratio, which makes it super fun, especially with that 5-speed in it. Like, it's a joy to drive. But anyway, I'm getting off track. The 215, the head of GM decided he didn't like it. Didn't put out enough power, too expensive, too whatever. So Rover bought it. I can't remember for sure if it was Land Rover or Range Rover, but one of the Rovers. They bought it. And they used that same motor until like 1990. It's pretty crazy. Yep, one of the other cool things is most aluminum blocks, you'll have your mats. You'll have steel sleeves that press into the block. This one's different. So the way they did these was your sleeves had like bosses or raised edges on the sleeve, and they would set the sleeves, and then they foundered the block around it, so the sleeves can't move, they can't come out, which makes it super cool. It kind of sucks because if you lose a cylinder, you're not replacing just a sleeve. You're screwed. You're out on that one. And well, let's see. Remember how we were saying she's super honest? I guess we are going to check her out. Let's spin this around and show you what she's telling me now. She's telling me that either she's hot. Oh, yeah, ah. See, I've been worried about this because I mean, you can see that it's leaked over time, but it's not now. So this is just coming out. It's coming out of here. So she must be a little hot. I guess that means the dummy light inside for real doesn't work. We can't just pretend that doesn't work anymore. So I guess I'm gonna hang out for a little longer, let this cool down, pop the cap off. Good thing I brought some water. We'll get that topped off and then back on the road. We got about an hour left. So I don't think that was me. That was somebody else. Definitely me, not me. So anyway, I'll get this topped off. We're losing daylight really fast. So I don't know. We might have to try and just make it in the dark with these terrible headlights. But you do what you do. So, she's just so cute. Such a cute little car. So fun. Anyway, I'm gonna take care of that here in a little bit, and then we'll get rolling again. Well, got the cap off, but it's not low. Like, not even a little bit. And it didn't even spit very much out. Like, there wasn't much steam, so I mean, I don't know what we're really gonna do there. I of course got impatient and started just taking the cap off while it was still pretty hot, which is still pretty hot. That's hot, guys. That's hot. So anyway, I guess we'll just take it easy going home now, which kind of sucks because we got maybe 30 miles or so, and then we're gonna go uphill, like very uphill. I think it's a 13% grade for 6 or 8 miles. So I guess we'll just kind of baby it. Pay attention. It's never smelled hot, so I hope that was just a fluke, and you'll be okay. We'll get you there. So here we go. There it goes. That's it. We made it home. 497 miles, and we used 22 gallons of fuel. So our little all aluminum Buick that hasn't gone anywhere in 49 years. Her first road trip, 500 miles, mostly without any incident. We had the one time we had to stop because it was leaking a little coolant. Didn't end up being an issue. Even now, after the mountain pass coming back here, no problem. So, did I already say what we did for fuel mileage? I don't know. I'll tell you again. We burned 22 gallons to go 497 miles. That put us an average of 22.56 miles per gallon out of a 1962 Buick. So that's spectacular. All in all, I fixed a couple things on this car, like small things, and I wouldn't hesitate pointing this at any coast and going. This thing is just, it's a marvel of its time, really. So, unfortunately, this will be the first and the last time you'll see it on this channel. I fell in love with this car when I got it. That's why I've had it for as long as I have. I was gonna sell it right after I got it running, but the older guys in the audience will understand that once in a while you just find one and like you just instantly fall in love with it. It's your car, you know. But I'm starting to get quite the collection, and my dream truck is going to be coming up on this channel. It's been sitting out to pasture for 5 years waiting on me to get to it, and this year it's coming in. It's getting finished, because that's what I want my driver to be. As much as I love the old Buick here, I gotta make room for other stuff. So happy Independence Day. God bless, and we'll see you next time.